Yeah, what up, y'all? This is your boy Dixie Trails, and this is Westside Real. You know what I'm saying? And we coming at you tonight, straight up, blasting out. And I just want to let y'all know we're gonna do this thing tonight. Um, all right, we're gonna I'm gonna let my guests introduce themselves. You know, how you doing, Miss Conte?
Hello, I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing
Excuse me.
well. I'm doing well.
So first, well, my name is Kante. A lot of you guys may know me. I am definitely West Side bred, Simp Set, Dixie Hill for sure.
Yep,
But
yep.
first, I just want to say, Larry, thank you so much for inviting me to be a part of your panel. This motherhood subject is definitely deeply personal to me because I've experienced, you know, and gone through grief, survival, healing, sacrifice, as well as growth. And so, my overall prayer for being here tonight is to just simply, you know, say something that encourages somebody, even if it's just one mother, one person, one woman, and to just make them feel and know that they, are not unseen. And so I'm hopeful that my story can help somebody just continue to keep on going and, worth sharing with somebody else.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much being on the show. You know what I'm saying? It's grateful. I'm so grateful to have you on the show. Um and hey, Dixie Hill, y'all, hey out there, yeah. Hey, this is Dixie Hill bread, you know what I'm saying? Straight west side.
Straight.
Um yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna get into it. Conte, Um what is your what about motherhood has you got hold on. What about what was the hardest part about you being a mother? You know what I'm saying? Becoming a mother, what was the struggles that you
Okay.
had, you know what I'm saying, when becoming a mother?
Absolutely. So, what being a mom, we know that it doesn't come with a manual. I was a teen mom. I had my first daughter when I was pregnant with her at 15. Had her
Hmm.
at 15. And so, then I had my daughter shortly after, my second daughter shortly after that. They're about 16 months apart. Have felt broken. It taught me how to sacrifice. It taught me patience. It taught me resilience. And it just honestly taught me unconditional love. It also, I would like to add to that, that it also actually taught me that my strength, doesn't always look loud, right? Sometimes our strength, looks like crying. I've
Yeah,
cried
yeah.
privately several times, right? And
Hmm.
yet, just still getting up, that next morning, getting ready for work, getting the kids off, making them breakfast at those times, comforting my children, and just continuing to push forward, to be honest with you. You know,
Okay.
um,
Yeah.
Motherhood, it actually also forced me to grow up quickly. As I mentioned, that I was a teen mom. So
Hmm.
I became a mother very young, and life, it didn't hand me an easy journey, shall I say, But
Hmm.
through it all, I discovered parts of myself, honestly, that I never, ever, ever, knew existed, or knew that I would actually find otherwise.
Hmm. Okay, man. Hey, man, I know my mom had a time with me and my sisters and stuff like that, and
Hmm.
you know, it was, and it was crazy. It was crazy out there, man, for me and my siblings. You know what I'm saying? So what 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 do people misunderstand about motherhood?
Oh, that's a good one right there. Let me think. People, honestly, in my opinion, people misunderstand that motherhood comes naturally for everybody because it
Yeah.
doesn't. It absolutely doesn't. You have to be a selfless individual, to be a mom. There are no manuals to motherhood. Every child is different. Even though we use those same tactics for us that have multiple kids, we use those same tactics over and over, but all of them don't work for every kid. So just every season of motherhood is different. You are, and me being a teen mom, I actually grew up with my kids. So you are learning while you're trying to lead somebody else at the same time, to be honest with you. And
Mhm.
people also misunderstand how emotionally demanding motherhood is. You have to be selfless, as I said, and it has, we're shaping, little human beings,
Yeah.
and at the same time, some of us are trying to heal ourselves. So that's what I would say the misunderstanding of motherhood is.
Well, hey, these younger mothers out there, may say something different.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to have my stepdaughter Kayla on the
Mm-hmm.
show. She's a younger mother
Okay.
with two grandkids of mine, which is so they are so off the chain, man. Um, she couldn't be on the show due to technical difficulties,
Oh, okay.
but I know with the young people out there that has kids, I know it gets tough, and you know, some of them, man, they be like you said, you grew up, what I'm saying, with your kids, what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, on a certain age level.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a lot of kind of relatability that you can do with your kids and all that kind of stuff, man. Because
True.
I got five,
Okay.
you know.
So
Yeah, yeah,
if you know, you know.
yeah, man. So it can get kind of crazy, man. So
Mm-hmm.
so that being said, what times were the hardest for you? You know what? What I'm saying? When it was time that you be like, man, I can't deal with this no more, man. You know what I'm saying? I got to go and take a woosah, or what I'm saying, take a chill pill or something like that. Or hey, I
You
got
know,
to get out this house. You
take,
know what I'm saying?
take a drink or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. Right, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yes. Wow. Let me think. I would say the hardest part about being a single mom, that is, um it's just the weight, the weight of carrying everything alone, by yourself. Because even though we, made the decisions, to have kids, to do what it takes to have a kid,
Yeah.
you know, but just, and sometimes we don't think, that that's going to be the case, because so it's kind of lovey-dovey, or what
Mhm.
have you. But just carrying everything alone, just emotionally, mentally, financially, even including spiritually, and for me, it became even heavier when I lost my mom at the age of 19, while raising my daughters.
Mhm.
And the my kids were only 3 and 4 at that time. My mother, she, we had an emotional connection that was tight, even though she had her challenges and her struggles as, growing up or what have you. I experienced, drug addiction, from my mom, just keeping it, quite honest. But that was the hardest part, just carrying all that alone, not knowing how my kids were going to turn out, how they were going to grow up. And fast forward, I got a 30-year-old now. So we
Yeah,
made it. We made it.
yeah,
God damn it, we made it.
yeah. I know you got one that's a chef, man.
Hmm.
And boy, when I tell y'all she can cook, man, she
Yes.
can go down. You understand me? But woo woo, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Got me a little chef.
yeah,
Got me a model. And my son, he is in aircraft mechanics, soon to be welding. He's finding his way. He's working. We made it. We did it. You just
yeah,
got to trust the process and keep God first. A lot of people have removed God from the equation, because of all type of hypocritical,
yeah.
things or
Mhm.
relationships that they don't have with him. But that's what kept me going. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Well, best believe, you got to keep God in everything. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Got to keep him, going and because hey, it's getting crazy out there.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And none of us are perfect. That's the misconstrued misunderstanding as well. They think that, oh, because you say you love the Lord and you praise and you honor Him, that you're perfect. There are no perfect people. Even the pastors in the pulpit,
Mhm.
even moms, even dads, grandmas, sisters, brothers. None of us are perfect, but we try to be, we just try to model,
Yeah,
good, just behavior overall and just our dispositions.
man. Okay, so what do you think about the support for mothers these days and times? You know what I'm saying? What you think about that? Do y'all get enough support, or you know what I'm saying? How did that go?
You know what? And this is coming from a real honest place. The answer is no. I honestly don't believe that most moms, now some do, some young moms, they're there. Just like I tried to turn the leaf for my son. He had his son at the age of 19. And I can say that I have been there. I was the mom and the grandmother to my grandson that I never had. And the reason why I feel that way is because, everybody is honestly carrying their own burdens these days. They're
Yeah,
carrying their own things that they have, to deal with, while they love us, but many of them are actually overwhelmed themselves, so they don't have a lot to give, and
yeah,
so that in return just leaves, quite a few kind of drowning, but still just trying to show up, you know.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I know my mom. These past couple of years, man, been kind of hard because really I have lost a lot of close family members. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And as a matter of fact, my grandmother,
Mm-hmm.
mom's mom, we just not too long ago, a couple of years back, lost her. And it
Sorry
was
to hear
it
that.
was it, yeah it was hard on her, man. So
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I could see that, you know, with with what was going on at that time. you know,
Mm,
uh,
yeah,
and by your mother getting frail, can't do anything for herself, and
I know.
it gets kind of hard, man.
It does. Yeah. I
So,
can recall, just from my grandmother too. We lost her back. Wow, it's coming up on almost 10 years now. 2016, 2017. My grandma Katie, you may know her around the corner
yeah, yeah,
from
yeah,
y'all. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, man. So it's harder these days because of the financial situation and stuff like
Yes.
that. And now they talking about another corona type virus coming through and all that. And I'm like, what? I'm gonna stay my behind in the house.
Okay, let me pull my mask back out. For
Yeah,
real. And
yeah,
my cousin Angel, she don't play. She been had her mouse on ever since the coronavirus. But
yeah,
it's definitely time to pull them back out. And I have been so out of tune with the news and just with work and my new position and
man.
school and just trying to elevate myself that I kind of took away from the news and what everything with the administration and everything that's going on. It just kind of got crazy and just started looking
Yeah,
foreign. But I'm like, I need to be looking to find out what's going on about around because I saw some pop up on my phone. It started with an H, some kind of
yeah, henna. It's called the henna virus.
the henna virus. Where the heck that come
Yeah,
from? What is it?
they say it comes from like rats and you know what I'm saying, and trash and stuff like that, and the rats,
Oh,
So,
oh Lord.
but I think it's a tell you the truth. I think it's a distraction from some real stuff that they don't want us to know about, so they can go ahead and
Per usual.
you know what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
it's that kind of deal.
Mm.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna tell y'all we finna take a little break um for a minute, and I'm gonna let y'all hear some music. Um,
Okay. Let's
you know,
go.
we gonna bless y'all out with some music from one of my artists, which is
Okay.
my son. You know, what I'm saying this is a family thing, Conte.
Okay. I'm gonna have to feature my son over here. Turn us up then. Let me see what son
Exactly.
you talking about.
So um okay, here we go.
Okay.
All right. Down, yeah. Whoa, whoa. See, that's what I'm talking about. 2 in the morning, a nigga can't sleep, trying to figure out a way to go. Young nigga stack a bankroll on the road, when am I gon' call home? Late night in a box, tripping off exotic, wanna find a new road. Homegrown from the west side, purebred, throwing this shit off the dome. Ain't no tear dropping from my face, can't trust pussy niggas that be fake. Can't stop whipping, gotta bake the cake, gotta fake shit just to take a break. Never gave a fuck about what you think, gotta beat the street up just to make a way. That for 10 toes behind what I built up, can't let no nigga take it away. Late night, scrape the pot on wheel, young and gotta get it. Pockets full of binges, yeah I gotta get it. Gotta make a way, scrape the pot on wheel, young and gotta get it. Pockets full of binges, yeah I gotta get it. Gotta make a way, scrape the pot on wheel, young and gotta get it. Pockets full of binges, yeah I gotta get it. Gotta make a way, scrape the pot on wheel, young and gotta get it. Pockets full of binges, yeah I gotta get it. Gotta make a way. Ah, I think about it.
Okay. I like it. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah.
That's good.
That one right there was from my my middle son.
Okay.
Um, they call him T3. Um,
T3.
but it's Larry. I call him the third. Trip. So
Okay.
that's and then hey y'all. At the end of the show, just about at the end of the show, y'all gonna hear another um song from one of my other my oldest son.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, we finna get back into it. Got Conte Horton on the show, and we just doing this thing, man. Talking about the struggles and the life of motherhood. You know, and we finna get on back into this thing, man. You know.
Okay.
All right, so um okay, we went through a lot of things. Okay, so what keeps you going every day?
You know what? What keeps me going is just my purpose. We all have a purpose and an assignment, each and every last one of us. And that's sometimes we, don't really tap into what that purpose is. But I truly believe that God gives all of us an assignment in this world, regardless of how small others may feel that it is, it's most significant to Him. And so, I know that I, continue to work toward understanding what my purpose is. But also, in addition to that, it's my family. My family keep me going. My family. I feel, correct me if I'm wrong, if any of y'all are listening, but I feel that they look up to me. They trust my insight. My kids keep me going. My grandson keep me going. My grandchildren that have not been created yet keep me going to build a legacy so that they can build on, and just seeing our next generation just look up to us, like Angel's kids, they call me they aunt, and just that reminds me that other people are watching, you know and so that is what just keep me striving, because there's always a next. I don't care how far in the pit of hell that you go or how bad it get, there is always a next, you know
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Well, hey, that's wonderful, man. I be looking at things, man. I'm on a whole nother outlook on a lot of stuff, man. So it has me to where I start thinking about. Well, it's always positive, is what I'm saying.
Hmm.
Always positive, and it gets kind of difficult, man, because you go around and be trying to, how some days now, how they say protect your energy and set boundaries and stuff like that.
Hmm.
That kind of gets kind of difficult. And the reason why I say difficult is because um people just don't on the, you know what I'm saying, they can't get with that.
That's true.
You set you
That's
set a
true. But
set a certain boundary, boy.
yeah. But
Yeah.
you know what come with that, with setting those boundaries? And a lot of us, we may overlook this word and think it's for kids, but it's discipline.
Hmm.
And that's in all of us, just being even disciplined with you setting boundaries, you know what I'm saying, being disciplined to stand on them, how they say these days, standing on business.
Yeah.
That's the difficult part in it, is us also being disciplined, because I struggle with that as well. My time, me getting out here, working and exercising my body, different things, eating right,
Hmm.
dealing with people and they foolery, and just maybe allowing somebody to continue to come back in and continue to, offend. But I think what a help with that, difficulty, is us being disciplined and consistent as well, even when it's hard. Just knowing that, no, I got to stand on business with this.
exactly, man. And then if they don't want to hear that, you gotta cut their ass off.
Hit the road, Jack.
Cut
Yes.
their ass
Uh-huh.
off. God, dog. Shit.
Yep.
So,
How your grandma used to say back in the day, we gotta feed them with a long handle spoon.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. What else they say? Long stick pole or something like that. Man,
What?
a long stick pole at the end of the
A long stick pole? Yeah, hey.
yeah, yeah, that
That's it. We got you. We over here, but I'm giving you this all the way over there. You stay over yonder.
yeah, yeah. Okay, with these kids, okay, you being a mother,
Mm-hmm.
this ain't what I'm about to ask you. What I but as far as these kids these days,
Mm-hmm.
because you got 15-year-old boys, you know what I'm saying, killing and shooting and robbing and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, when I was 15, was I doing that? I know I was in the street now, don't get me wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but was I doing that kind of stuff? I
Yeah.
I, I remember, riding my bike, you know what I'm saying, with my partners and stuff like that. We going around
Mm-hmm.
the neighborhood. So what do you think about that?
Okay, here's what I think, honestly. I think social media
Mhm.
has just changed the game for everything, because now, like back in the day, you used to fight. You used
Yeah,
to, they'll gang up on you. Sometimes they say they go jump you, blah blah, this is that and the other.
yeah, but you
But
live though. You live.
yeah, but you live, exactly.
Yeah,
And then with all these gun laws, different things that are out, it's so easy to get guns now. You used to have hot pistols and all that back in the day, but people, they want to put on a show.
yeah,
They want to. They don't argue anymore. They don't know how to socialize. They don't know how to agree to disagree. And so they take it straight to gun violence. And a lot of parents, honestly, don't even realize what some of their kids are involved in, and then a lot
yeah.
of them do, because you know what, that's what they doing. you know
And that's crazy.
mm-hmm mm-hmm
Whew. And
Yep. And it's terrible. This generation, it's gonna be so mismatched. I thought my little generation was mismatched, with the men's to women. But excuse me, this one right here, because it's so many that are passing away at the hands of guns, under, like you said, 15, even down to 13-year-olds. Remember the situation that happened over at Atlantic Station with the little 13,
yeah,
12-year-olds?
yeah,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
It's terrible. And I'm going to stand on business with this. A lot of people, they don't have God at the center,
yeah.
and even teaching their kids, that but I'm gonna land my plane there, because I'm not perfect. I don't tend to be, but one thing that I did do is to introduce my kids to God. We all got baptized together and just show them who to run to, because I can't save you from everything. And even these parents, they, when somebody, rough their kid up, like just say for instance, the coach may, hit them on the head. The
Yeah.
mama want to press charges. My baby did this and blah blah. They needed it.
Yeah.
They needed it, and but yeah, I don't know. I really don't. But
It's sad. Really, it's really sad, man. When
Mhm.
I don't really leave me looking at the news no more because of that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Um, my youngest is 15 years. I mean, well, you know what I'm saying? He's about to be 16 years old,
Okay.
and at that age, like I said, man, what you know what I'm saying? What we were doing at that age, we still was, hollering at the trying to get in
Trying
the
to figure it out.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? We weren't
Going
fighting.
look, going to getting on the MARTA and going down to CNN, going,
Yeah,
yeah,
to the skating rink and the ice rink. You know what I'm saying? Who remember the ice rink out there?
yep. And
Um,
when the Braves parades and shit like that,
yeah, man. But now they be that young and be talking about all kinds of stuff.
Hmm.
And then they don't be on no regular drugs, man. And it might be funny when I say regular drugs, but
Okay,
you know,
that is so true.
y'all
That
know
is
what
so
I'm
true.
talking about.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, man. So
absolutely. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. The peel game that came in. It's been around in the 2000s, but everybody is on that. And then you got all synthetic this, synthetic that, and then now, they got all this other stuff in it, hallucinants and everything else. But yeah, it's pretty bad.
yeah, man. And I feel for the younger generation that
Mm-hmm.
are trying to be mothers and fathers and stuff like that, man. Because really, I don't really see nothing coming out of it. Not
Mm-hmm.
too soon. You know what I'm saying? You know how it's gonna say. You know how they say it's always be a storm before the calm, or the calm
Mm-hmm.
before the storm, or something like that. So
Calm before the storm.
yeah, so it's crazy, man. I'm just like I said, man. I stay in my house, man,
You
and
let's talk about the sliders. But let me tell you something. I fuel up at one or two gas stations. When folks is standing around and carry, I don't be going late at night. I keep my car on full, and I just don't mess around. Even with the water boys, you
yeah, and, oh
trying
yeah,
to get for
and
$5 or some.
what's up with them?
They trying to stick you up.
Yeah, man, they be surrounding your car. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Why you trying to get her on water? They
Mm-hmm.
be surrounding your car, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, wet,
And will even say, "Oh, you driving this nice car? You ain't got nothing but $1. That's all you can give me,
man, they
sir."
need to be grateful for what they get, man.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah. They
man,
bold. These kids is they're a different breed. I thought the '90s was something. Growing up in
yeah,
the '90s, I let me tell you, I just didn't think that it could get no worse. Listen to Tupac and Crime Mob and
yeah,
UGK.
yeah.
That's my shit right there. But
Well, they used to say
this
that
year,
about they used to say that about us. You know what I'm saying?
yep,
Saying we the lost cause and all that kind of stuff
yep.
and everything. But we
Uh-huh.
was but we was a generation they call I be looking at YouTube a lot now. But
Okay.
they call our generation the generation that was left at home. You know,
Yes.
that we had to go when we get out of school, we come into home to an empty
Yep.
home. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Come
But
on, sister. You gotta the
yeah,
oldest gotta be take care of
yeah, yeah,
everybody.
yeah. Because our moms and dads were
Mm-hmm.
working.
Yeah.
They trying to bring home the money. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we were out in the street playing and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's not like that.
Mm-mm. Remember you used to have to be home when the street lights come on. These kids don't even go outside now.
Man, no. And then listen,
And if they do,
this gonna be on another show, y'all. But
okay.
what's up with the black hoodies in 80-degree, 100-degree weather? You know what I'm saying? I kind of know what the deal is, but that's on another show. Like,
That's a different another show for another day.
yeah. So, okay, so we gonna we coming to an end, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yay.
Yeah. So, the last question I want to ask you, and then we're gonna listen to a another song, like I said, and then Conte, I want you to, if you got any contacts out there, want somebody to get in touch with you, to help them out or what anything like that,
Okay.
you could say that. But what advice would you give the young mother?
Okay, what advice I would give to young moms and what I would tell myself as well, if I could just tell myself anything as a young mother, is to honestly, I'm going back to the same thing. I'm standing on business with it. Trust the process and build a real, meaningful relationship with God yourself. Life is going to challenge us. Motherhood is going to actually stretch us, but having a relationship, with God as your foundation will actually carry you through all those seasons, of those, the cannots and the no's,
Hmm.
read your Bible for yourself, learn your children, tap into their talents, really take the time and invest in them, pay attention to their gifts early on, support their talents, and also just be intentional with your time and your presence that you have with your children. And speaking of advice that I would give to young moms, I am also working on opening my a maternity group home. So that's why this topic was so touching and so dearing and personal to me. I plan, it's called Beauty for Ashes Palace Incorporated. I got a phone number, I got a website, I've been incorporated. The only thing that I haven't done is completed my 501c and got my brick and mortar. But I really want to pour back into the young moms. I want to give them resources. I want to give them a stable place, to live and support, and to just come from not just a person telling you, but a person who have lived through it, and that's what my ultimate advice honestly would be to the young moms.
All
Be
right, then. Y'all hear that out there? FB land and YouTube land and wherever else I'm streaming on.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. This is how we do it on Westside Real. You know what I'm saying? And you know, thank you, Conte. You know,
Yes.
um, Conte, my family. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let y'all know that shit. Um,
Yeah.
so we right now. Conte, I don't want you to go nowhere, man. Cause we're gonna come back. You got some like Facebook or any contacts like that?
Yeah, so just my Facebook. I haven't been
Hold,
on
hold, hold,
Facebook
hold,
that much.
hold,
Uh
hold on.
oh.
Well, you
Okay.
supposed to even say that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna listen to this next song
Okay.
by my oldest. Like I said, it's all in the family. Old Damn Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? That
That's
expect.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So here we go, y'all. Y'all let me know how it sound and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm still thinking about them days when I was sane. Going through the pain, I ain't know what to think. I'm still trying to fight it, but it's still kicking ass. I've been going through it, but I know I'm gonna last. Trying to push past, cause I'm trying to keep going. Gotta keep it flowing, cause I'm already knowing. Chip up on my shoulder really got me feeling lower. Gotta stand up straight just to do it like a soldier. I'm just trying to get gone. I'm just trying to get. I'm just trying to get gone. I'm just trying to get tired of this life, really want some new. I ain't got nothing to show, but a nigga still grew. Gotta do it just to prove it, so I reach for the sky. Know a nigga gonna make it, so I'm never gonna die. Can't lie, I've been feeling so down, funny drown, but I can't. Cause a nigga gon' be living downtown, high rise on the pride. So you know I'm gonna ride, stay fly, stay high. Gotta do it for the guys, tryna get gone. Uh, 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 I'm just tryna get. Uh, 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 I'm just tryna get gone. I'm just tryna get.
All right, y'all. What up? What up? Yeah. Westside
Yeah,
Real.
nice. Another nice one.
Yeah.
Huh? Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
So, yeah, Westside Real, my guest is Conte Horton, We out here trying to get everything going for these mothers out here. And this show right here was a postponed show from last week, because
Oh,
it was Mother's Day last.
oh,
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying. So I really appreciate you coming on,
yeah.
um, blessing my show, you know. And Kayla, I ain't forgot about you out there. You're gonna be on the next show.
Yes, Kayla.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
So
right. I just want to say if I can give me a little shout out.
okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, I have to give a amazing shout out to the best cousin brother on this side of earth, Mr. Pate, Mr. Westside himself,
Hey, hey,
country boy. I gotta give a
Big
shout out.
out there, Big Bang.
Yes, that is my dog. He's so selfless. He really hold our
Yeah,
family together. He do far and beyond. He knows everybody, and so I just love him so dearly. I thank him for everything that he has ever done for me, all of our family. That is, he is definitely the rock. And again, Larry, I just want to thank you for allowing me to be a part of this conversation tonight. Motherhood is not easy. And none of us will do it perfectly, but the beauty in that is there's beauty in every struggle, and there is a purpose in all pain, and so there is also a healing available for every woman, even every man that is willing to actually keep going. So I hope something that we spoke about tonight, and was shared, kind of remind somebody that they are actually stronger than they think, and that honestly, no matter, what life, has taken them through, God still has a plan for them. There's always a next. And that's it.
all righty then. Boy, it's been a great show. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Been a great show, and like I said, FB Land, and wherever I'm streaming at, thank y'all.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
y'all.
for having me again.
Yes, and I love all y'all out there and streaming,
Yes.
and like I said, thank you again, Conte, for being on the show. And on that point, we out.
We out. Oh,
Right
thank
there,
you, Larry.
Westside, Dixie Hills, your boy, Dixie Trills from Dixie Hills, West Side. We out.